when we had a government which was full of excuses. And then again getting the mojo back into government after that. But it is not a question of which party rules the government. It's also about if a government is willing to be fiscally prudent, if a government, state government that is willing to take bold decisions. Now we can't have governments, and they could be on both sides of the spectrum, bringing in laws, let's say to protect jobs for local people, like we just saw in Karnataka, and then expect foreigners and investors from across India to come and invest in that state. But I do think proactive governments, governments which recognize that principles of good governance are going to determine the success of India, are successful in attracting investments. UP is a case in point. Large, and where my friend Jayant Chaudhary, Honorable Minister for Skill Development, comes from, large amount of infrastructure development, focused efforts for law and order improvement, generating trust and confidence of investors, industry, and you see 40 lakh crores of investment flowing into UP in one global investors meet, 40 lakh crores. The Prime Minister had gone for the groundbreaking ceremony for, I think, the first and second lot. I had gone in for one lot also. Within 2 years or 2.5 years of that program, which ENY, I think, had conducted the Global Investors Meet there, we are already seeing about 75% of the projects groundbreaking having been done. It's possible. And governments who do not politicize, who do not do fear-mongering, who do not make promises only on doles, but focus their energies on building a strong foundation on which a tall skyscraper of development during our Amrit Kaal can be built. Those are the governments which will be successful. It's a very sad thing for me to acknowledge that there are some governments which have lost their direction. We saw what happened in Andhra Pradesh over the last 5 years, and the government was changed with more than 90% of the seats going to a new government. More than 90% to the Chandrababu-led NDA alliance. It's something I've not seen in any major state ever before. 93 or 94% seats going to a new party. People today are demanding all those states which have let down the expectations of the people, which have been making frivolous promises, trying to weaken the fabric of society, trying to talk of divisive tendencies. I mean, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister's brother, former colleague of ours in Parliament, in the Lok Sabha, of course the people of Bangalore defeated him this time, had the audacity to say that if Karnataka doesn't get back every rupee it pays in taxes, the southern states will be forced to think whether they want to be a part of India, the Union of India. If anybody has the audacity to even think like that, I can tell all of you that till Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there, or for that matter till even one BJP worker is there, one worker of the NDA alliance is there, we will never allow the country to be divided. We will never allow such vociferous tendencies to rule. So let's go forward with confidence. भारत को विकसित भारत बनाना हम सबकी सामूहिक जिम्मेदारी, हम सब मिलकर करेंगे और वो अवश्य होगा. फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट्स हमने 4 किए हैं, पर आप देखोगे extent of public consultation. Never before has any government. Some of you were engaged. We have friends here who are engaged in the negotiations with Korea, Japan, ASEAN. Almost unanimously, industry comes and tries with me that bada unfair agreement ho gaya. The agreement does not give a win-win for both sides. I am helpless. Those agreements were made before we came into government. I am helpless to change it until we close renegotiation. I have forced their hand and we are now under renegotiation, but obviously when they realize they are on a weak foot and the Congress-led agreements were better for them, they're happier to keep that rather than changing the agreement. So they're going very slow. We are also pursuing it.